Yeah. Well, hello to whoever is watching. This is just a reason to have something to do and something to talk about. So we are here and we are cleaning dishes. Got a top of my Instant Pot. Got a little piece of the silicone lid to put to seal it up, keep it from spilling, whatnot. And we are cleaning dishes. Now, this is not the conventional way that people will wash dishes. But it works. You don't need a sink full of water and soap and a scrub brush. I mean, I prefer doing dishes that way myself, but I'm using simple little disinfecting wipes. And you can see right there on top, kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria. If this is okay to use everywhere else, why not on dishes? It's okay to put them on the counter. You'll use that on the countertop, and then put your dish on that countertop. I mean, one, soap is soap. It's not just one particular type of soap that'll do the cleaning. There's many types of soap and detergents and cleaners. Some are designed more for one type of cleaning than another. Clean. And how much cleaner is this, or less clean than this, than putting it in a sink full of soap or into a dishwasher? Number one, I don't have a dishwasher. Truck isn't big enough for that. Two, what are you using inside that dishwasher? Heat, water, detergent. All right? Well, I don't have the heat, and most heat that you're going to use in a dishwasher or in a sink is not really hot enough to do anything except make the detergent work more efficiently. But if this is going to kill all the stuff that would be killed by heat, why not use this? Which is what I do. And then once I put the food in the pans, the heat from the hot plate is going to kill any bacteria and viruses as well. And probably the number one thing that people don't realize is that even if, let's say you sterilized your let's say you sterilized your plate. Let's say you actually were able to sterilize it. Do you keep it in a sterile container until you use it? No, you don't. You put it in the kitchen cabinet that is nowhere near clean. Your kitchen cabinets aren't sterile. The air coming in and out of that cabinet isn't sterile. All the people opening and closing that cabinet, their hands aren't sterile. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to think about, this is going to work better than this. Well, not in reality. In reality, you're just moving the dirt around. It's just how much is there and can you see it? Hospitals, over the course of generations, hospitals have tried to become cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, more and more sterile. And what's happened in that time? People still die of infections at hospital. And that's number one place you will die of an infection. You'll die of an infection faster in a hospital than you will at home. Which it sounds counterintuitive, but because they've tried to eliminate every single thing, they wound up making things worse. Because when you are removing all the bad bacteria and viruses and dirt and whatnot, you're also killing the good stuff that benefits us as human beings. I listened to a couple of podcasts over the past several years that talks about microbiology, viruses, parasites, bacteria, all that stuff. And do you realize, and most people don't know this, that as a human being, as a living organism that we are as human beings, there are more cells of bacteria on and in our bodies than there are human cells. By a factor of about 10 to 1. There are 10 times that amount of viruses in and on our bodies than there are bacterium cells. So trying to eliminate everything that is not human at a hospital or in your kitchen, it's not going to do you any good. All right, another plate, perfectly cleaned, in the truck. How's this any less clean than if you had a sink? It's not. Like I said, kills 99.9% of viruses and bacterium. You really can't tell me that is a bad thing. Now, unfortunately, I ran out of the cleaning cloths. Yep, totally empty. So now, this container I'm gonna reuse in my tool cabinet. It's not the sturdiest of plastic, but it'll service my needs for a little bit extra storage, a little bit of organization. So we're going to take off the wrapper here, the label, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Stick that in there. All right, so we have a nice, clean, semi-translucent, container. It's got a lid with a flip up on it, so I could put nuts and bolts and bits of wire and all kinds of stuff in here, and give me a little bit of organization, keep things a lot neater, so all that stuff isn't rolling around. So we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna make good use of this. All right. And we got a trash bag full of our, all the stuff that came off of the dirty dishes is in there. The cleaning rags, the dirt, the oil, the grease, the little bits of food, all in there. So with approximately, I don't know, a dozen of the cleaning wipes here, man, that wind is kicking up today. All right, so we got a pot lid clean, 2 seals for our Tupperware, our vacuum Tupperware, little storage bins. We got a small frying pan clean. We got a 9-inch plate clean. We got a silicone placemat clean. 2 9-inch pans, a square and a round. We got that cleaned. We got a couple of measuring cups for rice. We got those cleaned. Our panini maker, a little George Foreman type grill. We got the little oil catch, fat catch cleaned as well. Spatula, can opener, couple of tablespoon measuring spoons, a couple of regular spoons done, a little paring knife, chef knife, several sets of chopsticks, and a tray, a little plastic tray. We got all that cleaned with a little over a dozen, handy wipes, disinfecting wipes. Contains bleach, contains, detergents and solvents, which help to clean surfaces. If it's good enough for your kitchen counter, where you're going to put food and put your clean plates and knives and forks on, and then pick it up and put it in your mouth, why is it not good for the plate itself, the pan itself? And I think people don't understand that for a truck driver, these things are pretty good. All right, now I'm going to plug this. I don't need to charge anymore. So I still have, knives, forks, tongs, whatnot. A couple of measuring cups still to clean. I got a couple of smaller pots and pans to clean. Let's see, I got, like I got about 6 or 7 plates. I got a bowl. I got a glass bottle that I want to clean. I like this bottle. It's just the right size for mixing up my my keto drink. It mixes pretty well in this. And I like the shape. I mean, yeah, it's from Voss, water. I got this when I was in California down in Los Angeles one time. And I figured I'd give it a try. And I like the cap. I like the size of the opening. I mean, the opening size is pretty decent size. Not too small, not too big. But, good size to make my keto drink. Fits in the, fits where I normally store stuff. Not too bad for that. And I got some Tupperware container, and I got a few more dishes up front in the cooler, which I never use. I mean, I'm going to be getting rid of this cooler that I have. Like I said, it's not hard to make live in the truck and live comfortably. It really isn't. So, like I said, all this has been cleaned this morning. These have been cleaned. All this can go together. Let's put that in there. Put that under there. There we go. It's just one of them things. It's, it all works, fairly well for living in the truck. All right, so let's look down here a little bit. So you see I got a little roll-up camp table. Just put a kitchen towel on there. When I'm wiping something down with the wipes, set it here, do several here, then take my my kitchen towel and dry it off. Simple and easy. Simple and easy. So like I said, let me turn this down here. All right. So you see, I got all this stuff here. I still have to clean. And like I said, I do have some stuff up front in the cooler to clean. A little bit of trash to throw away. But, you know, it's simple. It's easy. It saves me a heck of a lot of money. You know, the cost of all these dishes, the cost of the ingredients of the food, in 1 year, I will save a tremendous amount of money. Now, when I'm buying ingredients for food for a week, an entire week's worth of food, I'm going to spend approximately $50 to $60 at Walmart. Approximately. Sometimes I splurge a little bit for, you know, a little bit better cut of meat or a specialty ingredient or, you know, whatnot. But between the water, the ingredients I buy, the cooking tools I buy, like pots and pans and knives and cutting boards and whatnot, at the end of 1 year, the same amount I would spend on a daily basis for food at the truck stop, at, you know, McDonald's, Wendy's, Chipotle, Red Robin, Outback Steakhouse, you know, wherever I go, doesn't matter, you know, little mom and pop, you know, restaurant, or, you know, the Country Skillet or Denny's, all that, you aggregate all that together and you see how much money you spend on food. Compare that to what I will spend for all my cooking gear, all the cleaning up, all the time it takes to prep, and you add all that in, I spend less money for food on a yearly basis by an enormous percentage. Right? Let's say, like I said, you know, using an example, I typically spend $50 to $60 per week on food. Now, how much is anybody spending on food at the restaurant in a given week? More than $50 or $60. Right? Let's say you eat one meal a day, just one. If you spent $10 for one meal per day, turn that one back the way. At the end of 7 days, you spent $70. That's eating one time a day. I don't care what it is. Now, with the $60 I can spend in 1 week, I can have 14 meals. And each meal is going to have more food in it than what I would get if I spent that at a restaurant. Or, like I said, McDonald's, Denny's, doesn't matter. You're going to get more for your money by doing it yourself. And learning how to use a pan on a simple hot plate. Okay? This hot plate was $10 from Walmart. This pan was like $9 from Walmart. These two things, let's just say $20. $20 for a pan and this and a simple spatula. Okay? Let's see, I got one here. A $1.88 spatula from Walmart. And yes, you can get them for that price. You know, these three tools right here will save you thousands of dollars a year. Just these three things. Nothing more, nothing less. If you had these three things without it having any real knowledge or skill of how to cook, just doing basic cooking, you will save yourself a ton of money. And too many guys don't do that. Yes, you have to go back and you have to learn how to actually cook. That makes a big difference. Knowing how to cook, learning those simple, basic techniques of proper cooking makes your meal so much better. Instead of spending, $30 a year, $50 a year for paper towels, $5 for a dish towel. A $5 dish towel will last you multiple years. This towel will last a good 10 years. $5 over 10 years. 50 cents a year, and I can use it 365 days a year. Use it. When it gets too dirty to keep using, you put it in with your dirty clothes. Wash them when you do your laundry. Bam, right back. I mean, these are not meant for, this is a regular dish towel. It's not really meant for, wiping out big gobs of dirty grease. It's meant to wipe things down and dry things off. Don't use a paper towel to do that. Use this. Like I said, get yourself the disinfecting wipes. Lysol, Clorox, the no-name Great Value brand from Walmart. Wipe your dishes down with that, cleanse it off. Exactly. Once we conquer grilled ham and cheese, we can cook anything. Like I said, but a $10 hot plate, a $9 pan, a $1 spatula. What can you not cook with these three basic things? There's virtually nothing you can't cook. Now I have larger pans. I have multiple large pans. I have a pressure cooker. I have a rice cooker. I have a panini grill, a George Foreman grill, basically. I have a microwave. I have a stick blender. I have cutting boards and knives and whisks and, it's not just the tools that a professional chef, one of these celebrity chef, Gordon Ramsay or, Wolfgang Puck, it's not just the tools they have, it's the knowledge in their heads of how to do things. How large do I need to cut a carrot versus a piece of celery versus an onion so they all cook evenly together to deliver you the same texture and consistency throughout the entire meal? How do I extract all that flavor out of that cranberry to flavor my sauce that I'm going to put on my steak? How do I properly use butter in a recipe? How do I do certain things that makes my meal better? I mean, like take a grilled cheese sandwich. A grilled cheese sandwich, ham and cheese, there's hundreds of ways to do it. But there are certain ways that you do it that make it actually worth eating, ways that you really can sit down and enjoy it. A, what type of bread are you starting with? Is the bread fresh or is it, old? Does it have a crust on it? Is it soft? Do I use butter, margarine, oil, or do I toast it first? Do I toast it dry? What type of ham? How do I prepare that ham? Do I cut it? Do I grill it first? Do I slowly brown it on a grill? What type of cheese? How does that cheese interact? How does that mouthfeel the cheese? How does it melt? All that stuff. And exactly, it's how do you properly cook? And 99%, and then this is, like I said, primarily made for truck drivers. How does 99% of the truck drivers out here cook? They don't know. How many truck drivers have cookbooks on their truck? Instapot. How many truck drivers have these on their truck? You know, another cookbook. I got 4 cookbooks on this truck. How many truck drivers, not only are they willing to do so, are capable of doing so? I say they're all capable of doing so. I mean, if you got a truck that has an inverter on it that can give you power, electricity, you don't need 12-volt equipment. This is not a 12-volt thing. This is a standard house plug. Yeah, these tools cannot, when they're running on electricity, they cannot be over a certain wattage. Everything I have on the truck is that way. I got a microwave, 1100-watt microwave, 700-watt for this. I got I got the Instapot pressure cooker. I got a rice cooker. I got a panini grill. I got a stick blender that plugs in. All these things run off that inverter. They all are powered not by the truck engine or batteries. I got an AP, an auxiliary power unit on the truck. All these things in here I can make. Spinach and bacon stuffed chicken thighs. I can make that on the truck. Shrimp scampi with zucchini noodles. I can make that on the truck. Buffalo roasted cauliflower with blue cheese sauce. I can do that on the truck. Waffles with whipped cream. The only limiting thing there is I don't have a waffle maker. That's the only thing. Hey, Fishing, how you doing, sir? Cream cheese pancakes. I can make that on the truck. I don't have to go into Denny's or IHOP to get that. And I can do it a whole lot cheaper in the truck. A lot healthier in the truck myself. Avocado chicken burger. Curry chicken. Chipotle coffee crusted bone-in ribeye. I can cook that in this truck. I'm going to pull the curtain here a little bit too bright out there now. I can cook all of that in the truck. And it's not that difficult. And the only downside is that A, I have to do it all myself. And B, I have to wash the dishes. That's the part that will get a lot of guys. Oh, well, I use the little 12-volt, lunchbox cooker or a little slow crock pot thing, little 12-volt thing you plug in that takes forever to cook anything, and it doesn't do it well. That people are opening up the pre-made meals and just putting them in the microwave. I mean, I have those. I have some of those. Fettuccine Alfredo. I have it. Sometimes I use it. I have a cup of noodles. I have a cup of chili. I'm not saying you can't use those things, but if you have the time and the ability to cook in the truck, save that money. Save, the aggravation of never being truly satisfied with your meals. When I can, I can eat a ketogenic diet. See that? Ketogenic. Eat a healthy meal on the road. Beef steak with peppers. I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't sound good. Chipotle chicken and sausage burgers. Turkey fricassee. herb lamb rack, zucchini strawberry salad, chicken mushroom stir fry, mushroom surprise, ham and melon wraps, salami cheese rolls, snickerdoodle crepes. There's no reason why any truck driver over there, out there can needs to go eat at the truck stop and complain about the bad truck stop food. Pick up a pan from Walmart. It's not hard. Like I said, I take, ooh, but you got all them dirty dishes. The only reason I ever have dirty dishes is I let them pile up because I'm lazy. That's the only time I have dirty dishes is when I'm lazy. I don't have a single paper plate on the truck. I do not have plastic knives and forks and spoons. Not on the truck. I don't have little Chinette, little thin walled plastic, bowls and whatnot. I don't have paper towels on the truck. I don't need them. I don't want them. I have real plates. Real ceramic plates on the truck. Yeah, I do have some plastic ones. I have some plastic plates, but they're not the disposable ones. I use those plastic ones. I put them in the microwave because the ceramic ones don't do in the microwave. They're not. These ones are not microwave safe. I need to get some Corelle microwave safe ones. That would be a better thing. But like I said, the living in a truck full time as I do, I'm not going to compromise my way of living. I'm going to live in a truck the same exact way. God damn. All these white trucks passing by, just reflecting all that sun right in my face. Sorry about that. But like I said, why should I, just because I'm in a truck, why should I compromise my ability to eat properly, to have a good meal? Why should I, at any point in time, be made to suffer with bad food, bad service, at an incredibly high, at a price that I really don't want to pay, and be thoroughly disappointed once I leave that restaurant? Why? I shouldn't have to eat, canned soup 24 hours a day because that's all I learn how to cook. All right, so like yesterday, or the day before yesterday, sorry, Monday. Yeah, Monday. I'm at the 49ers travel center there in Sacramento, California, right off of I-80, just a little bit west of I-5. Right? There's a place right next door called the Black Bear Diner. Wasn't too bad of an experience. I had a New York strip that was fairly well done. A little bit on the thin side for my liking. I like a New York strip that's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick. It was properly done, but I had some green beans that were not to my liking. I had a baked potato that was okay. Not the best, not the worst. It was, it was okay. I had got a little side salad that I brought back to the truck and ate a little bit later. It wasn't too bad. I mean, lettuce, a little bit of shavings of carrot and cabbage and a couple of tomatoes in there, but it was okay. And a cornbread muffin. but it cost me $27 for that meal. The only reason I went there is because I did not have anything on the truck. That's the only thing the reason I did that. You know, I had a piece of pumpkin pie where the crust and the filling were almost exactly the same thickness. It's like it was a ripoff. So, you know, I don't like eating out that much. There are certain places I do like eating out. I like going to Red Lobster. I like going to the Outback. I like going to Manny's Chop House there in Haines, Florida. I like going to the Big Texan. There are certain places I do like going to. I think I get my money's worth, and it's fairly consistent place to place. And, you know, the service is usually pretty good. And, you know, I get, you know, my money's worth. But I can get more money's worth by doing all those same meals that I buy elsewhere. I can do them cheaper and better in the truck. Oh, really? He was there as well. Cool beans. Yeah, it's an okay place. The 49ers truck stop. It's okay. One, the fact you got to pay to park sucks. Had I known that, I would have stayed down in Lodi instead of going up to Sacramento, because I had to go through Sacramento to get up to Yuba City to make my delivery. But like I said, if I could have stayed in Lodi and got a free parking spot, I would have. But I want to try to get as far as I could, you know. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, just there's so many things that a truck driver can do to save money on the road, and cooking is the number one thing in my opinion that a truck driver can do and should do to save money. Now, the other things are personal choice. You know, smoking, alcohol, getting, you know, those things, if you're going to do them, you're going to do them no matter what anybody says. You know, I don't care either way whether you smoke or drink. It's just not for me. I've never done it. Never saw any advantage to doing those things. I mean, I grew up, you know, okay, so as a kid, I grew up in Japan. Military brat, stationed overseas. I grew up in Japan. 10 years of my life as a kid in Japan. I could get cigarettes out of vending machines. I could get beer, rice wine, sake, whiskey, vodka. I could get all that stuff out of a vending machine in Japan in the 1980s. I watched my friends start smoking, coughing all the time, you know, wasting all their money. I saw them buying alcohol, getting drunk, being stupid, getting hurt, getting pulled up by the military police. I don't like the smell. I don't like the taste. I don't like the effects. So I never did any of that stuff. You know, it's like marijuana, cocaine, all that other crap. It's like, what advantage does that have to me as a human being? None. It stinks. It costs a hell of a lot of money. I risk going to jail. It destroys your mind. You know, I don't like it, so I don't do it. But like I said, if the other truck drivers want to do that, and then they come back, you know, I'm always broke. I'm not making enough money. I'm being ripped off by this person, that person, that person. You know, no, you're not. You're the knucklehead doing it to yourself. You willingly chose to go in there and spend $7 for what? 15, 20 cigarettes? Yeah, I mean, when I came out of Arizona, I stopped and I topped my tanks off. I still have half a tank of diesel and 3/4 tank of DEF. So as long as I get a load that goes straight out of California from the Sacramento area, I'll be okay. You know, I'll get out there. I'll get to a state where I can, you know, save $2. You know, well, I'm not saving it, but the company's saving it. You know, get the fuel down $1 $1.15 cheaper, than here in California. Like I said, when some of these truck drivers, they talk about, I'm not making any money. Well, it's because you're spending your money. It's not that you're not earning the money, you're spending it. If 2 years ago I start driving and making 32 cents a mile plus stop pay, and I save 50% of my paycheck each and every single week, it's not because you are earning less, it's because you're spending too damn much. And that's why, when I started driving, I spent that first month of driving absolutely sucked for me because I had no money. I wasn't earning a big, massive paycheck, but I had a lot of things that I needed to get, to be in the truck full time. I had to get bedding. I had to get clothes. I had to get, all those things that make, tools, equipment, work clothes, personal clothes, toiletries, my kitchen stuff, all that stuff. So the first month was pretty bad. But then once I started getting the kitchen tools, a kettle for boiling water to make coffee, if I can make coffee in the truck, I don't drink coffee, but as an example, if I can make coffee in the truck for 10 cents by having a coffee cup, a spoon, buying the creamer and the sugar and the coffee, and I could do that in the truck, the cost of each cup is dramatically lower by at least 25% cheaper. Where you go into Walmart, into Starbucks or whatnot, you're spending $2, $3, $4 for a cup of coffee or more, depending on what you're getting. I mean, like I said, I don't buy coffee, so I couldn't tell you. But if I can go in there and buy that and spend, do that 3 or 4 times a day, depending on how much coffee you drink, and you wind up spending a good $10 a day for coffee, where if you got, like I said, you got a kettle and a hot plate, a gallon of water from Walmart is roughly 88 cents to $1. I mean, the last bottle of water I got was 60 cents. 60 cents for a bottle of water was the last bottle of water, 1 gallon of water that I bought. Not too bad. A gallon of water is what? 2 dozen cups of coffee, 3 dozen cups of coffee. Your typical freeze-dried Folgers or whatever it is, you get 30, 40 cups of coffee out of it. You divide that amount by the amount you spend, the number of cups of coffee versus how much the ingredients, the dried coffee, grinding your own beans, a coffee cup, a spoon, the creamer, all that other stuff that you use for your coffee. You can bring that cost down to under $1 per cup. If I'm going to spend $3 a cup for a cup of coffee versus $1, why not? Yeah, and there are people out there doing that. I mean, it's like I said, a $10 hot plate from Walmart. I think this cost me $7. Right? A set of a spoon. 1 spoon from Walmart is less than $1. Okay, so let's say $20 for these 3 things: a spoon, a kettle, and a hot plate. $20. Divide that by 1 year, because you what's called amortizing. How much does it cost over the entire year to justify its use? And then you add, okay, I got to buy water. Let's say I buy a gallon of water per week just for coffee. $1 for a gallon of water at Walmart. Not the $3 they want here at the truck stop, because that's ridiculous. But $1 at Walmart. Okay? $1 a week, $52. We're up to $72 now. The coffee. 20 or 30, cups of coffee out of a bag or a jar, whatever it is. Like I said, I don't buy coffee. Let's say it's $5 for 1 week's worth of coffee. $1 for the water, $5 for the coffee, and then a couple of cents for for the kettle, the spoon, and the hot plate. Now your cost per cup of coffee is ridiculously low. So now when you want to go get that treat, that pumpkin spice latte, frappa, mocha, chicorado, whatever it is, you can enjoy it a lot more because it's now a treat. It's not something you're buying every day and wasting your money on. I mean, it's like, whether you live in a house or whether you're living in a truck, dish towels. This will last me all year and multiple years. A paper towel, one use, and you throw it away. A roll of 100 towels costs what? $1? 100 towels is going to last you a week for most people, I would think. So a penny a towel, and you're buying that 52 times a year. So $52 versus a $5 dish towel. I could have 10 of these for the same amount of, for 52 rolls of paper towels, and this will last 5 years, 10 years with proper care. Yeah, I mean, I do buy the disposable, Clorox, Lysol wipes, Walmart brand wipes. But it works so much easier to do that myself. I wind up saving money. Like I said, after my first month of driving, and then the two changes of jobs since then. Okay, my first month I was gathering all that stuff up, and I would cook in the truck my entire first year. Then I made a jump from Watkins Shepherd to Melton. So I had a week, maybe about 2 weeks, where I didn't have all that stuff with me until I got past my sister's house where I could bring all that stuff back on the truck. The same thing when I left Melton and came to Valley. I had a couple of weeks where I did not have all my stuff to cook with on the truck. Those are the exceptions to the rule. There I saw how much money I was spending on just food and toiletries. It was ridiculous. I did not like it one bit. And now that I have all my stuff on the truck and I can cook every single day, it really does save, So, I still don't have a load. It is what time now? It is 10 o'clock a.m., 12 o'clock noon back at the headquarters. So tonight, I'm making, I got to put it right set up so you can read it. I'm making burritos. Got my tortillas, got lettuce, got the refried beans. I got all the other ingredients in here. Got my ground beef, got my tomato sauce, I got refried beans, got the onion, got my cheese, I got green onion, I got a red bell pepper, I got corn, everything that I need and want to put into 8 large burritos. I mean, these are, 1 foot across. I mean, these are big burrito wrappers. So I'm going to make, all those ingredients was about $23. Now, if you take 23, let me just do a little calculation here. $23 divided by 8 burritos, $2.87.5 for a 12-inch burrito wrapper filled. A head of lettuce, onion, all the fixings that I like in my burrito. I mean, plus I have nacho cheese up there, and I actually have some, corn chips as well. So I have 8 really big meals for $2.88. $2.88 for a burrito that's going to come in a wrapper this size versus what you're going to get at Moe's or Chipotle or Qdoba or whatever else, wherever else you get your burrito. You're typically going to pay $5 or more. More likely $8 for a burrito this size. And the main thing is I'm going to have it precisely the way I like it. I'm not going to be relying, having it taste and be the way other people like it. It's going to be the way I like it. Which you can never put a price on that. That's something that you just can't, say that it's that it's not worth it to cook in the truck. It's you make out like a bandit when you do it yourself. When you cook at home, just like this, I count this as my home. I save so much money by doing it myself. And the fact that I enjoy doing it myself, that's a big part of it. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I have zero problem going to a well-run restaurant that I know the food is done properly. It's like I said, Haines City, Florida. A little bit of southwest of Orlando. Route 4, I-4 coming west out of Orlando onto US 26, I believe it is. Straight south, they say Haines City, Florida. There's the Pilot right there. Across the street from the Pilot is Sonny's Barbecue. You make a left-hand turn once you get across the street. You go down to Manny's Chop House. Excellent food. Excellent service. I've had 2 meals there, and I was blown away by how well they've done everything. The absolute best baked potato I have ever had at a restaurant. And that's saying something. 99% of the places can't even do a baked potato properly. I do a better baked potato in my freaking microwave than 99% of all restaurants. You figure a baked potato is not that hard to screw up. But they do it every single day. They screw it up. Manny's Chop House did a good baked potato when I was down there at the end of October. But those places that are doing it right, I don't mind spending the money. There's a restaurant called Stony Creek restaurant. There's one there in Atlanta at the Cumberland Mall over on the west side of town. Let me look this up. The way they do things, They do it very well. Yeah, Stony River Restaurant. Steakhouse and Grill. Every single time I've gone there, I've had an incredibly well done meal. Every single time. I've taken my brother-in-law, my sister there, my nephew's there many, many times. I don't mind spending $150 on a good meal. It's a treat. It's a present to myself for working hard. Now, can I do that same exact meal myself? Yes, I can. I'm not trying to brag or boast. I don't have this arrogant thing in my head that says I'm better than everybody else. No, it's because I've learned those same exact skills that that restaurant is using. And I have the tools, I have the ability, because I have the skills and knowledge in my head, through my hands, to do that same exact thing in the truck. And I can do it for 1/10 of the price. But I enjoy the service that I get at that restaurant. So the price is not just the food. The price is the service, which is the number one thing I think about when I go to any place. When I go to Walmart, when I go to Target or Best Buy, anywhere, the Pilot, the Flying J, everywhere that I'm spending my money at, that I am going to, get a service or a product from them, the number one thing I must have is good service. The food can be mediocre. The product can be mediocre. The service has to be number one on your top, on your priority list when you're running a business for me. If you don't give me good service, I don't care how amazing your food is, or your service, or what job you're performing, or anything. If you cannot give me quality service, be attentive, answer my questions, make things right when they go wrong, and be punctual, be rapid in your responses to me. You do that, I'll spend the money. I'll give you a second, third, fourth chance to improve your product. But I don't care how great your service is, or how great your product is. If your service sucks, goodbye. I'm done with you. Right? A good example, the most recent example of this. Well, I'll give you 3 examples. One, I went with my aunt. We went to IHOP one morning. To go to IHOP, this, early 1991 or about. Just have a simple pancake breakfast. We enjoy talking to each other, and having a good meal. A simple meal from IHOP. We're not expecting the world. This is not a 5-star establishment. But this is what I'm talking about, good quality service. I want to make sure that you all see this very, very clearly. Right? This iPad is going to represent the top of the table and the edge of the table, okay? So I'm sitting here, at the table, like, right here. Let me lower this down so you can see clearly, because I want to make sure you see it very clearly, okay? The waiter comes up to the table, table's down here, puts his crotch just like this on the edge of the table, and says, "What you want?" And he's standing there with his dick on my table right in front of me and says, "What you want?" Now, when I looked him right in the eyes. I said, "First of all, I want your dick off my table and let me get the hell out of here." I never went back to that IHOP ever again. Then eventually it shut down. That's not how you provide customer service. That's how you lose my business. Second, working late night, went out for a late dinner. Me and my friend went up to the Wendy's. We had to wait 15 minutes before someone even came to the front. Everything else was closed in the area. Yeah, what you need? What can I do for you? What do you want? Want something to eat? This is a restaurant. Pissed me off there again. I didn't go back. It had been almost 20 years since I was at a Wendy's the first time. Tried to eat there. Disappointed with them. Didn't eat there for another 15 years. The last time was McDonald's. Went in, used the kiosk, typed in my food, paid at the kiosk. Got my food, went out to the truck, opened it up. Every single thing was wrong. 4 items, every single one of them was wrong. And I was just pissed off so badly. I went back in and demanded a refund. And they did not give me the full amount. And this knucklehead manager says, "Well, I don't control that kiosk. I only control this register." Doesn't matter. You took my money. Give me all my money back. No, I walked out. I stormed out of there. Ripped me off for $1.25 or something. I called McDonald's corporate, complained. They did nothing about it. Oh yeah, we understand you complain. Click, 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 click. All right, piss off. There you go. So I will never go back to McDonald's ever again. When the local franchise pisses me off and corporate pisses me off, I'm never going back. And that's another great reason why I cook in the truck. Why I wash dishes in the truck. Why I do as much of all these services that you have around it that's so easy to go put your, give them your money. Why I do that myself. Because I cannot stand being treated as if I'm total dirt. Yeah, I'm a dirty, lazy truck driver. I'm not walking there with a suit and tie, with some Harvard degree. I'm a truck driver. But I still should get a measure of courtesy, of civility. When I go in there and I'm supporting you by shopping at your store, eating at your restaurant, I should expect just a modicum of, basic civility, basic courtesy, basic kindness and decency. I don't ask you to respect me. I've not done a damn thing to earn your respect. Respect is too valuable a thing to give it out willy-nilly to anybody and everybody. But that's why I cook in the truck. That's why I have dirty dishes to wash. And that's why at the end of a year, I have $20,000 or $30,000 sitting in the bank that I've earned and saved throughout the year instead of having nothing. That's why I have a 401k that has $20,000 in it right now after 1 year. That's why I have 4 savings accounts at 2 different banks with over $10,000 in it right now. because I don't waste my money eating at the restaurants every single day. I'm not buying beer. I'm not buying cigarettes. I'm not buying drugs. I'm not wasting my money at the casino. I'm not doing all the stupid stuff that a lot of truck drivers are doing. Now, looking at the computer, I still have not received a load. Like I said, it's after 10 o'clock, 10:20 in the morning here in California. We are at the Dunnigan, California pilot here off of I-5. Exit 554, I believe it is, on I-5. North of San Francisco, northwest of Sacramento. The only problem with today is that it's really windy today. You know, sustained wind of about 17 degrees out of the north with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Yeah, so every once in a while the truck is rocking, you know. Along with myself, there's another Valley driver parked over here a little ways. Talked to him yesterday. He's waiting for a load as well down at the Sacramento 49er Trucks Travel Center. There was another Valley driver there Monday into Tuesday morning. Whether he was still there now, I don't know. But he was empty, so I know he was waiting for a load as well. I'm going to send a message here in a moment asking what's going on. Why do we not have a load? I'm not super worried about it. I mean, I want a load because I enjoy doing work. I feel better earning my paycheck, even though I'm on salary. Even though I am a salaried employee. Damn, those white trucks go by and it just bounces that light right on in. Even though I'm a salaried employee, I don't have to worry about how many miles I get in a week. I still want to have that personal satisfaction of earning my paycheck. You know, I feel better. I just have that need that when I get that money in my bank account, you know, they give me them dollars, that I actually earned it. You know, I don't like, you know, doing 3 resets in a week like I did a couple weeks ago. Last week, all right, drove a little bit on Monday because I got a load going out to El Paso. You know, from I was in Lebanon, Illinois, or Lebanon, Indiana. Sorry. Made my delivery not too far off the road the day so earlier. Then I got a load saying, okay, you're gonna go up to Dubuque, Iowa, to John Deere. You're gonna pick up a couple pieces there. You're gonna pick up 1 piece up there. You're gonna go to Waterloo to the drop yard. You're gonna pick up 2 pieces there, a piece there. Then you're gonna take that out to Texas. Take that out to El Paso. Okay, a nice good load. Monday I had to stop early because of snow. Picked up Tuesday. Got down to El Paso by Thursday. Made my delivery. You know, get loaded on make my second delivery on Friday morning. Then make my go get my next pickup, a bunch of ATVs out of El Paso, bring that out here to California. Shot out here, got up here on Sunday night to Sacramento, parked it, Monday, did a reset. Had an appointment for delivery on Tuesday. Made my early morning Tuesday delivery. Then sat around all day yesterday. Around 2 o'clock, I moved over to here, to the Pilot. Been sitting here for about 19 hours, 19 hours and 20 minutes. So all day yesterday, I had no new load. Today, I had no new load. Yes, I still earn my full paycheck because I'm a salaried employee. I earn my paycheck consistent every single week. But I would prefer to actually be putting a load on the truck and getting it where it's supposed to go. I would feel a lot more self-satisfied if I had that. But, there you go. All right. So, basically went over, the benefits of cooking in the truck, doing your dishes in the truck, a little bit of money, blah, 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 blah. So we're just going to let it go right here. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully I didn't annoy you too much with my ranting and raving about this topic, but there you go. Thank you, Fishing Trucker. Thank you, Metal Music Maniac. I appreciate you coming in. And anybody else who came in, I appreciate you too. So, just God bless. Have a good day. And like I said, any questions, feel free to send them to me. And hopefully we're going to do an update and a live feed tonight about cooking burritos. We're going to cook the entire meal, start to finish, live. Because more than likely, I'm not going anywhere today. So we'll see. So I'll talk to you all later. God bless.